サイバートラックに対する反響が凄まじいです。11月30日に発売されて以降、数々のメディアでサイバートラックが話題となり、SNS 上でもサイバートラックに関しての人々の投稿が止まりません。現在 Google 検索ではテスラ、サイバートラック、この2つの検索ワードが急上昇。サイバートラックに関しては 190% 増加、サイバートラックイベントに関してはプラス 750% と急激な増加となっています。今人々の興味関心の中心はサイバートラックにあると言ってもいいほど、この近未来的な斬新なデザインのテスラ初となる電動ピックアップトラックが注目されています。そこで本日は今話題となっているサイバートラックに関して数々の自動車 EV についてチェックし批評してきた専門家によるサイバートラックに対する意見と一般のアメリカ人のサイバートラックに対する反応をこの動画でシェアしていきたいと思います。本日の動画を見ていただければサイバートラックが今後間違いなく業界に革命を起こし、想像以上に爆破売れする車になることは間違いないことを確信いただけるはずです。ぜひ最後まで動画をご覧ください。こちらのチャンネルではテスラを中心とした企業情報や株価情報を毎週発信しています。よかったらいいねとチャンネル登録よろしくお願いします。こちらは YouTube の検索画面ですが、今このサーチボックスにテスラと入力、検索フィルタから検索条件を今週アップされた動画に限定して、さらに視聴回数の多い順に並べて検索結果を表示させるとこうなります。最上部にはドライビングテスラサイバートラック Everything You Need to Know という動画がトップに来ていて、視聴回数はなんと1100万回を超えています。驚きですよね。次は My Cyber Truck Experience 319万回。その次も318万回。さらに下にスクロールダウンを続けてもこのように、いわゆるサイバートラック運転してみたという動画が軒並み何百万再生という異例の再生回数を記録していることがわかります。そこで本日はこの中からJINBEIが特に気になった動画をピックアップして、さらに各動画の中から注目の内容だけを厳選して皆さんに共有したいと思います。それではまずこちら。12月5日時点では再生回数1300万回となっているチャンネル登録者1790万人の世界的カリスマ YouTuber マルケス・ブラウンリーさんのこちらのサイバートラック動画を見ていきましょう。マルケスさんは動画の中でサイバートラックを見るのは2回目で、今回初めて運転したようです。非常に客観的で落ち着いたトーンでサイバートラックを運転してみて感じたこと、その性能や乗り心地についても分析、感想を述べています。それでは最も再生されている世界トップ YouTuber によるサイバートラックレビュー動画を見てみましょ
う。We have here is a near final Tesla Cybertruck. It's not an actual delivery truck yet. It's still one that they've been testing. So there's some small prototypey things here or there. But everything that I'm about to show you is what's going to show up in the customer's delivery trucks starting basically right now. So I've learned a lot about this truck in my time testing it. There are some surprising things about it, some features that are really cool, things that I think truck people are really going to like, but also some concerns that I have, some surprises. Let's take a look at the final Tesla Cybertruck. Okay, so whenever you're talking about a new vehicle like this, a new platform like this, you got to talk vehicle controls. So as I'm in the driver's seat, that's going to be this new 18.5-inch touchscreen in the center, biggest ever in a Tesla. It's also the biggest ever car. But that brings us, of course, to the new software. So I think they've done an actually really good job with the software in this all-new Cyber UI. So if you've used a Tesla before, it's laid out the exact same way, but it's all themed in a very Cybertruck way. But there's some new little things that they've done. It's really well thought out, and I still, honestly, after using it, I really feel like Tesla has the best software in the car industry that's not CarPlay and Android Auto. So first of all, you start with just this huge Cybertruck in the middle for all your vehicle controls. There's little hovering dots, so if you want to open the tailgate or open the tonneau cover, you can do that with any of these little hovering buttons. Open the charge port flap, charge port flap, cool. There's a pretty awesome 12 inches of suspension travel between the lowest mode and the highest mode. You can go all the way up to 17 inches of clearance in off-road mode. Extract mode is the absolute highest. It'll add another 80 millimeters of clearance, but it'll go a foot down from that. So that's pretty sick. And there are aluminum skid plates / aero shields at the bottom of the truck. It is a pretty big truck, but I feel like it's a tiny bit smaller than the F-150 Lightning. I think they did a good job of giving you as much space as you can. Like, this is a spacious cabin, spacious back seats, as I showed you, and a full 6-foot bed, but it's got the smallest frunk, even smaller than the smaller Rivian R1T. So they've kind of pushed around the dimensions a little bit. But second thing is just the vast distance between me and the front of the windshield. And then I just straight up can't see the front of the car. I can't see the nose, no matter how high I look. That's just different, very different. Something I'm gonna have to get used to. Actually, the suspension pretty firm right now, and there is a large delta between the firmest suspension and the softest suspension that you can have. The body itself, thanks to the stainless steel, thanks to the way it's built, is very, very stiff, torsionally stiff. It's very rigid. And so all of that effort to be either soft or firm goes on the suspension. And they have really good suspension, really good travel, really fast travel. It really is very quiet. With this one, it's going to be that there is no rear visibility with the mirror when the tonneau cover is closed. So my tonneau cover is closed right now. Can't see anything behind me. But I've sort of started to remap my glance behind me to the preview of the rear-facing camera, which is on the screen all the time. And so I just keep glancing there to see what's behind me. You can actually move it to the left or right-hand side, so you get a bigger preview when it's on the right, or you can just move it on the left. So yeah, that's the Cybertruck muscle memory remap. Is your rear view mirror doesn't have a camera mode, so if you want to check behind you while the tonneau cover's closed, you're looking down there. A couple other interesting things though about this truck. One, world's largest windshield wiper is hilarious. It looks ridiculous. It might be logistically ridiculous too. I don't know if in the ice or the snow, if it's going to be able to like break apart enough ice to move that huge windshield wiper. There's probably a much bigger motor to move it, but it works. So Neil, if you're wondering, it doesn't quite cover the entire windshield, but it does go above my head and cover 75% of what the passenger's going to see too. So I feel like it's working at least. And then the other thing to note is for your road tripping, totally compatible with all the Tesla superchargers. It has all of the autopilot stuff that other Teslas have, but it's also now an 800 volt architecture. And what that basically means is it's able to charge faster at V4 superchargers, and it's able to make total wires thinner because they conduct better and they're more efficient, and so the total wire weight of the car goes down for all of the high voltage systems. It also has a 48 volt low voltage system, which is 4 times the normal 12 volts you'd see in most cars. So in general, it feels future proof for that reason, but it'll still charge just the same as any other Tesla at V3 and V2 superchargers. Generally, as this is my second impressions ever and first time ever driving the thing, I think they really got themselves something solid here. We're gonna have to see about fit and finish. A lot of let's see, a lot of wait and see, but I'm impressed with this.
まず一人目の動画をご覧いただきましたが、いかがだったでしょうか。最後にマルケスさんはサイバートラックに感銘を受けたと言っていて、冷静なトーンではあるんですけど、サイバートラックという製品を高く評価していることがわかりますよね。続いてはこれまで数々の自動車をレビューしてきた専門チャンネルのHagerty。こちらのサイバートラック動画は現在350万再生と、先ほどの動画には劣るものの、それでもものすごい数の方が視聴されています。このチャンネルのサイバートラック動画は実際にサイバートラックを競合の電動ピックアップトラックと競争させてみて、そのスピードや性能についてリアルなレポートをしています。またイーロン・マスクやテスラが目指すビジョンやゴールと照らし合わせて、サイバートラックは何を目的として作られたのか、これを分析している点も要注目です。動画全体としては非常に興味深い内容です。では見てみましょう。
Elon's goal was an unconstrained rethink of the pickup truck, with more utility than a regular full-size pickup truck, and driving dynamics to match a Porsche 911. It's not just faster than a 911, it's definitely faster than that 835 horsepower 4-motor Rivian. Where is he? Welcome back. This weighs 60 pounds less than that truck does, despite, by the way, it being 7 inches longer and 4 inches wider. That is unbelievable. I mean, this left the Rivian for dead, despite the fact that this is on like mud tires, and that's on summer performance tires. Wow. This truck weighs 2,599 pounds less than the Hummer EV, which means you'd have to put an original Tesla Roadster in the bed to make this weigh as much as that. And you'd still be carrying around less battery than that does. That Hummer is a poster child for engineering inefficiency. Where electric vehicles are concerned, efficiency is everything because it means all of those things plus range. Sloppy engineering results in an even bigger battery pack, which then snowballs into bigger and heavier wheels, brakes, and tires, and everything else. There is no limit to the bloat. Which doesn't need a huge battery pack because of Tesla's obsession with efficiency. According to the EPA, the Cybertruck is nearly twice as efficient as that Hummer EV. And when you're cruising on the highway, the single most important factor in efficiency is aerodynamics. That shape that we all saw on the stage 4 years ago, i.e. an overgrown refrigerator, is anything but slippery. The obsession with cost continues to the motors, which are made in-house. Of the 3 motors in this truck, only one of them is permanent magnet, unlike the Rivian, which uses 4 of them. Permanent magnet motors are more expensive to produce and they require rare earth materials. Induction motors don't. And there's another benefit. The 2 induction motors at the back of this Cybertruck don't require clutches to disengage them. No clutch is a good thing, because as Tesla always points out, the best part is no part. And as somebody probably said once, the best voltage is high voltage. And the Cybertruck is Tesla's first car to run on 800 volts. It's a hell of a car. It drives really well, the suspension is great, makes you wonder why steering wasn't always like this. It's smooth, it's fast as hell, it does everything well. What Rivian did was take the conventional pickup truck shape and then make it to the best of modern standards. It's a brilliant piece of engineering. Tesla went one step further. They threw out the conventional pickup truck design, but then started from scratch with chassis construction, the unpainted stainless steel, the steer-by-wire, the 48-volt electrical system. It's all from scratch. It's all brand new. And it's all better. It really is Truck 2.0. And the sad part is, you've already made up your mind about the Cybertruck based on the way it looks. So did I, so did everyone else. But that's not fair to this thing. It's an insult to judge it by how it looks.
はい、いかがだったでしょうか。動画の中でレビュアーの方は、テスラの目指すべきエンジニアリング目標は、最高の部品は部品がないこと。これを体現しようとしているのがサイバートラックで、テスラがいかに最新のテクノロジーを活用して、細部にわたってまでコストダウンに取り組んでいるのか解説されていました。また今回テスラがサイバートラックで初の試みとなるステンレスボディやステアバイワイヤー、48V 電気システムなどゼロから開発し実現させたと。サイバートラックはトラック 2.0、革新的な次世代の電動ピックアップトラックだと述べていたことが非常に印象的でしたね。続いてはこちら、自動車を解体して内部構造を把握する、いわゆるリバースエンジニアリングにおける世界的なリーダーであるサンディ・ムンローさんがアメリカのニュースメディアに出演し、サイバートラックに関してコメントを求められて、いつもの通り歯に衣を着せぬ発言でサイバートラックについて実際に運転してみた感想を述べています。それではどうぞ。
Well, I got a chance to drive the Beast, and that was the vehicle that they gave me to fool around with. It definitely, well, it's wicked fast. It's unbelievably comfortable. I would put it in with other $100,000 vehicles. If they could keep that momentum up, in 12 months, they should be able to do easily 250. It depends on how many, how many shifts you've got and whatnot, but they should easily be able to do 250,000 a year at that rate, 250 to 500,000, depending on how many shifts. There's a distinct user difference between the Rivian, the Lightning, the Cybertruck, and say something like the Hummer. They're not really tuned to attack the same market. They all can do pickup truck kind of work, but I think that the average person who's got a construction company is probably going to be going for a Lightning. The guy who wants to go to the grocery store and every once in a while pick up a 2x4, That's probably the Rivian kind of story. The Hummer, I don't know who that is, but I can tell you, for me, I'm going to be brutally frank here. I'm trying to get a hold of two of them. The maneuverability is wonderful. The fact that I've got the ability now to have lock-to-lock at 320 degrees means that I never have to take my hands off the steering wheel. It's basically 320 degrees. You're never going in a complete circle. So that makes the steering wheel a thing of the past, and everybody's going to be going to a yoke now.
So then we come to
インタビューの中でムンロー氏は、サイバートラックは来年25万台生産される。生産体制によるが、25万台から50万台生産となるのではないかと、かなり強気の予想をしていました。ジンベイは正直、現時点ではそれは厳しいんじゃないか。せめて10万台から15万台と見積もっていますが、ムンロー氏の予想が当たるのであれば、それはテスラの生産能力が予想以上に優れているということなので、当たってくれるとテスラファン、テスラ株ホルダーとしては純粋に嬉しいなと思います。最後はこちら、YouTube で登録者880万人を誇るイギリスの自動車レビューメディアトップギアがサイバートラックについて視聴した感想を解説。またアメリカに住む一般の人々にサイバートラックを実際に見せて生の感想も聞いています。こちらも非常に面白いので見てみましょう。
So then we come to the big question. Is the Cybertruck actually fun to drive? Does it need to be fun to drive? I mean, people are going to buy these things in their hundreds of thousands because of the way it looks, because of the headline figures, because it's a Tesla, because when all's said and done, it is a practical truck. But it's actually good fun, and that's all down to body control, the acceleration, and just the way that it reacts to your inputs. It doesn't feel like a truck. It feels like a car. Did you put down your deposit right when it was announced?
Absolutely.
Or straight away? So you must be quite high on the list.
We should be on the list.
Deliveries start at the end of this month.
So it's really going to go forward.
You're going to have to make a decision with that Rivian.
Yeah, no, and we bought it just because we were tired of waiting. We thought maybe it's never going to happen. But no, we would keep it. Maybe we'd keep the Rivian, maybe we'd sell it, but we might just take on the truck as well.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm an 80s baby, so it looks like one of those McDonald's toys, not necessarily, but we used to get the little toys and vroom, 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 and then they started to upgrade them, and then you pull it back and then zoom off.
I know the ones.
That's what it looks like.
So it's so beautiful. Oh my god. I mean, just to look at it. So I had some people, they were asking me why I got excited. I said, are you kidding me? I said, name something even close. When you were younger, you thought, oh, flying cars, maybe this and that. This is the actual next step.
I'm going to have to get used to this. But I'm a stockholder in the company, though, so thank you.
All he cares about is his investments. Tesla Inc.
Yes.
以上、今回はサイバートラックを実際に見て運転してみたという YouTuber、自動車専門家の方々のレビューをまとめてみました。皆さんは今回のサイバートラックの納車イベント、また各メディアの報道や専門家の人の意見を聞いて、サイバートラックのイメージは変わったでしょうか？またどのように感じたでしょうか？おそらくきっとがっかり、失望というよりはワクワク感や期待、楽しみといったポジティブな印象を持たれたんではないでしょうか。サイバートラックはそれぞれの専門家が言っていたように、操作性抜群、速い、ソフトウェアが秀逸、またサイバートラックはトラック 2.0 だ、テスラのエンジニアリング理念を体現しているといった鋭い指摘もありました。ジンベイはサイバートラックが量産化に成功したらきっと売れまくるに違いないと確信しています。皆さんはどのようにお考えでしょうか？よかったらコメントでサイバートラックについて教えてください。それでは本日の動画は以上になります。最後までご視聴いただきありがとうございました。また次回の動画でお会いしましょう。